Yeah, hello guys. This is another video that I want to explain the process that actually leads to how I take my trade. Although I've been explaining that, but I know that a lot of people might still have it confused and they might want a kind of better clarification. So, this is the trade we just had, and it took some time for this trade to play out, but that doesn't really matter. So this is the trade, and as you can see, it just hit TP this morning. So I've been holding this trade for a while now. So but before I dive into the explanation on how and why I took this trade, I would like to explain again, and probably when I now show it in the chart, you guys will comprehend better. So let's say we have a situation that the market is giving on a structure like this, and then suddenly maybe market create another structure. So if you look at it, this is our last break of structure here, and this is our swing low that has to be protected. So if you have this scenario, you just need to wait for a situation like this. Maybe market fail this one or refuse to go up and finally break this level. So this level gave us chalk. So it means that this temporary uptrend is signaling to us that I'm now ready to go down. So in this situation now, I explained that when you have a chalk or when you have a recent break of structure, what's the first thing you need to look for? Look for the last pullback or last swing high like this. If you look at this, we have high, we have low, we have low, we have high, and at the end of the at the end of the day that we broke this level, this was the last pullback that the market created to the upside down, to the upside. So you see, assuming that the market break up, then this level will be the last pullback that the market creates to the upside after breaking out. But now that we have a change of character, it means that this is the last buying momentum before we actually change character. So that's what we look out for. So, and in this case, it means that market must, for us to buy and for us to sell and follow this trend, market must come and take this level out, because this level will serve as our change, as our inducement. And probably if we have a other block here, we will definitely be able to sell above this inducement, because we are expecting this high to be protected. Now, what about in a situation that market refuse to get to this high and did what? And drop. Does that mean that we have a break of structure here? No, we don't have a break of structure. These are the rules that must come with break of structure. Inducement must be part of it. If market do not take out inducement, consider that that is not a break of structure. It's just another move in the market that create like impulse and correction in a big scale. So this is not applicable to everybody, but this is how I approach the SMC, because I understand that inducement that we call liquidity is what actually move the market. So when market take out inducement, then that's when you see the real move. So for me to have it, this is not a change of structure. This high is still valid because it has to be protected. So what are we going to do next? We move this inducement to the last pullback that the market created before it break this low. Although this is not a break of structure as I explained. So what are we going to look out for? You look out for a valid POI here as I explained in my last video, and if there is valid POI at the extreme, let's say this is the POI that has been mitigated by this level, and these are other POI which is not mitigated yet. So these are just the two levels you will be waiting for market to return to, then you take a decision. So let's say now you now have a situation that market mitigates this and drop. It means that this high is not valid anymore. Market has already created another structure. Then we have a new break of structure here. So it means that we are ranging from this high to the low whichever low that the market creates. Let's say market creates something like this level will be our inducement, and we'll wait for whichever POI that market want to come to, then we sell. So this is it. Let's say we have our extreme POI here now and market mitigates it. We have a decisional here which failed. So it means that this is what the market respected, and this is what we work with. So this is exactly what happened here. So let me explain. Let me go into this chart. And as you can see, market was giving us a bullish momentum, and at the end of the day, this is the last break of structure that we have, and it means that this low must be protected. But see what happened. Market refused to break above here. Why? First of all, no inducement. The last inducement that market created is supposed to be here like this. So market make an attempt to come here, refused to break up, create another end. At the end of the day, market refused to break above this level and market collapsed. So immediately I saw it, I discovered that there is a buying momentum that has already been weak there. So what are we going to look for? This is our last pullback, because if you look at this, you will see that when market was coming down, it formed something like this and dropped sharply. So it means that this is the last pullback we are reckoning with, and this is going to be our extreme. But unfortunately, as I explained, you see that market only try make an effort, coil, and the rest of the day, it coil, consolidate, and at the end of the day, market refused and did what? Collapse. Break below this level. No inducement was involved. That's why I mark this level as not valid, but the level break. So what am I going to look out for next? I look out for where is the last pullback that the market did that can serve as my inducement when market was coming here. I saw this, then small pullback like this, and then the market drop. So it means that this low, this small pullback that the market created last is going to serve as my inducement, this level. And where is my decisional POI? No POI here that is valid, because no imbalance, no fair value gap with any other block here. Or let me say no other block with any fair value gap here. So it means that we are left with this, which will serve as our decisional POI. Why? Because we had a lot of fair value gap here, like this. So sometimes you can use this from this low. So this is also a fair value gap. So, and what? We have an extreme. Remember I said this level is still valid because no inducement was taken out. So what we did was to do what? Was to transfer this inducement to this level. Inducement to this level, because new level has been breaked and we have to look for the recent IDM. So, but since we had this, and why I took this other block, you can see that it has a small fair value gap, and the market was unable to mitigate it. So now first attempt was to come here and see what the market is doing, and the second attempt is to come here and see what the market will do and target this low. So the concept is this first attempt give me 1 to 3. This last second attempt, or this second POI, will give me about 5 ratio something. So, but I go with this one because all my criteria were met, and then market actually gave me signal, because when I wait for this mitigation, I watch closely and I saw my signal and I execute according to my plan, and I was holding this trade throughout, and you can see market actually gave in and we had a TP this morning. So you can watch this explanation, follow the process, and probably maybe this will improve how you perceive the market and probably your win rate at the end of the day. So thanks guys, bye for now.